honey and honey, cold, sweeter than honey. 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 Some may wait, I choose to stay, but I can't wait. 'Cause you are sweeter as the day goes by. When I was dead wrong, gave me a new song and told me I could go on and never leave me alone. Oh, 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 oh. Sweeter as the day goes by. Oh, honey, honey and honey, cold, sweeter than honey. 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 He's sweeter, sweeter I know. Been so good to me. 'Cause you are sweeter as the day goes by. Oh, when I was dead wrong, gave me a new song and told me I could come home and lay my sins at the throne. Oh yeah, yeah. Sweeter as the day goes by.
Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me good? All right, perfect. I want everybody to do me a favor and just share this. Put it on your platform. I'm playing some feel-good music right now because I want to have a conversation. So some of you may be watching me on many platforms. Some of you are on Periscope, YouTube, the Prophet Cornelius Williams page. Wherever you are, I want to say hey to you all. Do me a favor and share the video. I'm sure you guys can hear me now. I myself muted. I'm not muted anymore. But do me a favor, share. Let's talk. I'm getting ready to talk to you all. Everybody come on in and be here. Hey, my nephew. I love you, Jeremiah. All of y'all say hey to the prophet. Grace and peace. I can't see nothing, but I'm going to put on my glasses in 1 second. But I need everybody to come on in. Hey, Brianna. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm so deep in love with you.
Alonzo Berry, Pastor Berry. Bless you, sir. Good for you to be on here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming in. I'm playing me some feel-good music because I want to feel good. I know that I'm on various platforms, so I want to come on here and have a conversation.
Every day,
I'm going to give them 1 more minute to come in and then I'm going to start talking, all right?
Sing more by the end of the hour. I would fall short, but you forgive me. Rinse and renew me over and over and over again. Oh, some days I'm
Thank you, Marcus. He said he's digging my cut. I can't see him on the Cornelius Williams side, but I went on the prophet side, but I'm back on here now. Y'all do me a favor, share the video. Invite somebody to come in and have a conversation with me. I want to talk to you all.
I can say you never, don't never.
I'm having my lunch. The vibes. Bless you, Bishop Alvarez. My cousin Wanda Smith, I love you, girl. The vibes. That's right, Brianna. I love the vibes. You know me, Brianna. It's all about vibing. It's all about feeling good. Making the moment right. Share it, y'all. Let's talk. I'm going to call you. you, girl. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. All right. I thank everybody for tuning in and being a part of this conversation today. I wanted to come on because you all know that how I am. I just am one who always talks about me, and one who likes to express me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing here, so we may as well make this the Gospel Living Show. How about that? And I am on because thank you, Nina Alexander. Thank you so much. She said the newness is nice. Thank you, Nina. I hope you're doing good. I know it's been some time since I've seen all of you all. Hey, my daughter Tiff, I love you. Bless all of y'all. Who's singing that song? That's Sean Johnson, actually. Sean Johnson. That is his CD, No Never, Simply a Vessel, Volume 3 CD. That's a very good CD. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna put on some eyes so I can see all of y'all talking to me. Is that all right? I know that my glasses are tinted, but it helps me with these lights and stuff that I have going on in front of me. So I am on here because I want to be candid about something. I want to be open about something. I want you all to share this and get somebody on, because what I want to do. Blessings to you, Prophet Chestnut. Blessing to you. Blessings to you. Kalina, hey, I'm about to download it. Spotify. It's a great CD. All of his music is great. I love all of his music. I love all of his music. First of all, I want to thank all of you all for tuning in and talking with the prophet. You all do me a favor, hit the share button, because this is going to help somebody, I pray, and really increase them. Now, I've started this journey for the next 30 days, and you'll know why by the end of this broadcast, of what I'm doing and why I'm drinking this smoothie. This is a peanut butter, banana, blueberry, oatmeal, soy milk smoothie. So it's really good. It's a protein drink. It gives me great energy. I miss you too, Cleaner. I want everybody to share this. Okay, let's get right to it. All of you who are coming in, I can't see who's coming in unless I pick up my phone. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. Sabrina, love you. Manisha, my daughter, is here. D'Angelo Martin is here. Danielle Flemings. I said Marcia Ublis. My daughter's here. Laniqua. Nicholas K. Edwards is here. All of you people who are watching, send me some hearts and some likes to let me know that you're in here. Tanya Cuffey. All of you beautiful, wonderful people, come on in here. I need y'all with the Talking to the Prophet. Now, there are some of you who are on the other platforms, as on my Prophet Cornelius Williams page. I'm broadcasting this on YouTube. I'm also broadcasting this on Periscope. So this platform gives me the opportunity to be able to bring this up on other platforms. All right. The title of this is, this conversation is, I'm going to talk about questions surrounding my recent posted photos. I will also address an important decision about them and why I choose this bold new look. I'm sure you want to know. Tune in. That is what I said. So a lot of you are here. Prophet, I love you too, Prophet Deidre. We've got to do lunch now that we can go and sit outside and do something. We can do some lunch. So bless you, Corey Page, Preston McKenzie, Melvin Battle. I love all of you all. Good day to you. Everybody do me a favor and share this, because I want to have this conversation. All right. I want to grab something from my bookshelf. This is a book I wrote. I actually ordered my original book. I don't know if you could see this. This is The Church and the Gay Agenda. I ordered this. Y'all just stick with me. Just stick with me. Just take the ride. If you're wrong, just take the journey. I'm going somewhere. This is The Church and the Gay Agenda. Actually, I put my first book actually in this manuscript. It's right at the end as a bonus read. And I talk about homosexuality, my struggle with it all, and coming through homosexuality, coming through that lifestyle, trying to liberate myself because I am Pastor William Walton, James Kennymore, hey there, and tried to liberate myself because I knew that I was coming into ministry. And while I was going into ministry, I knew that there would be questions about my life because I was a real gay man. I wasn't one of these undercover floozies that go to these local churches who, you know, play around with it. And, you know, I promoted the life. I had the whole gay flag thing going on, and gay paraphernalia. I was around gay crowds, partied, clubbed. I did all of those things in my early life. Now, this was about 20 years ago. So from the time I wrote this book, the original book, which came out in 2009, it was called From Homosexual to Preacher. And I followed up with a response to Homosexual to Preacher. And I wrote The Church and the Gay Agenda, released this in February 2017. You can go to Amazon to get this. Because I said, if I want to tell anybody anything else about me, that they'd have to pay for it. So anything that I want to tell anybody about my past life, that which I don't share, they can go and purchase it and read the story. So I did that because afternoon to you, King George. I wanted to, Dishman, I wanted to get that story behind me, is because I knew that people had questions about my life, about my past. This was in 2002. I think I came through deliverance 2002. And this is going to really help somebody. This is going to bless somebody. I came through the deliverance. I want to be able to see y'all to see my eyes. So I'm going to change frames and I'm going to put on some clear ones. But I think the brightness is going to mess this up. But I think this will be all right. You know, when I came through deliverance, that was in 2002, 2003. And when I came through my deliverance, I got married 2 years later. And I was always a transparent person. I was always open. God bless you, Pastor J.R. Johnson. I think it's Pastor J.R. Johnson. All of you who know me, that I have always been, Ronell Brown, bless you, sir. And he said it's a great read. He has the book. You know, when I came through, I was open about it. And I think I built my whole ministerial platform on transparency and just being open. And you guys can still comment, because if you comment, I can see your comments to me. You know, I was able to come through a lot of, hey, nephew, Alan Lewis. I was able to come through. God bless you, Prophet Otis Burns, Apostle Otis Burns, my brother. I was able to come through in 2003, got married a couple years later. I've always been transparent. Before I got married, I told my wife about my prior life, about my explicit behaviors, those sorts of things, you know. And even before I started pastoring, I had a, bless you, Jennifer, before I even, you know, Pastor Walton is on here. He remembered my deliverance and all of that stuff. So, you know, I was always open about what it is that I did. I think I shocked the church that one time when I was a young preacher. I told the church, I said, you know, God delivered me from homosexuality. I'll never forget. It was a New Year's Eve service, and I had to be one of the preachers that ministered. Lady Bolton, bless you. And I ended up coming, and the deliverance broke out, you know, that night on the altar. So it was really, really great. So I decided that I wanted to change the dynamic of my past. I wanted to change the dynamic of my history. I was very, very insecure because I was always overweight. I was always dealing with depression, dealing with rejection and abandonment, so forth, so on, all of these violent moments in my life. And somehow I found the strength to move on and to inspire and to be that person to people who were like me that needed somebody to understand and to help them get through different things in their life. So I decided that that would be a part of my ministry, not knowing that I would ever be a senior pastor. I did not want to be a pastor. I did not want a pastor. I did not want a shepherd. That was not my MO. I think in 2012, 2013, I talked to my pastor at that moment, who was Donald Alford, and Apostle Donald Alford. And we started preparing, and I went into ministry. And yeah, you were there. And he released me, talked to me about some things that I need to change as far as my image is concerned, just because I was always a bit, artsy. I love the arts. I'm a singer. I was raised up singing music and singing opera. I went to Columbia College, for Christ's sake, so you can't be no more artsier than that. I never looked at my life as a person who was just relegated to the four walls of the church. But when my ministry started to take on a different form, I realized that the walls started to come up because they had to come up. They had to come up because the way of holiness kind of restrain people who are forward moving, such as myself. I've always been risky. I've always been creative and artsy, and I've always been a person who, just wanted to be free spirited in a sense of respectability. Now, you can't get no more dignified than me. I believe in dignity. I believe in etiquette, all of that stuff. I'm a very, very dignified man. I'm very conservative. If you look around on my social media pages, you'll see that everything that I post is dignified. I don't post parodies and all of the stuff, different things you see, is because I believe in dignity, because I understand that the dynamic of my life and my walk and my ministry, it represents more than just me. I'm connected to a bishop. I have parishioners under me. I am a pastor, a leader in the body of Christ. I'm a businessman. I write books and publish books. I am marketplace driven. So all of these things is my dynamic of who I am, what I do. But at the end of the day, underneath all of that, I still have this history. And no matter what you do in your life, and I want to say this, and I hope this really liberates people who are, and I want to say this is because, underneath all of that, you're still a person. My name is still Cornelius Williams. And outside of the pulpit, I'm a singer. I like music. I was raised up, my mother raised me up on music, soul music, Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin. And I grew up Earth, Wind and Fire, all of those types of music. I grew up hearing all of that. My mother used to sing in front of a record player, just singing that kind of music all day long with a lemon. And she would just be singing and singing. And I would just be lying on the sofa, just listening to her, picking up her skills. If you heard me sing, I sing like my mother. I'm her. And so let's fast forward now. I'm a pastor. I'm what you call an overseer, in the organization of Reformation that I am in. I am under authority, but I still have all of this stuff going on. I'm still an artist, author, singer, cook. I have all of this charisma and personality that people don't know. And I'm often, said to be arrogant, pious, pompous. Y'all listen to this because I'm going somewhere. So I said I wanted to show people a little more relaxed, freer side than me, than to always being in these pumped up, roles under all of the anointing and the speaking in tongues and the prophesying. I wanted to have some fun. So I've been working since 2003 on music. I recorded 10 songs, never put them out because I became insecure. Then I got depressed. Then I tried again in 2013. I recorded some songs, didn't put them out because I became depressed and insecure. And then in 2018, I did it. I did it again. We rehearsed, but nobody really supported it. So I said, okay, Lord, I'm not going to let it depress me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way to be creative. And as I find this way to be creative, how do I inspire people like me? How do I inspire people? How do I connect with more than just church people? Because mind you, I put on the suits, I put on the ties, I did everything right. There is no smoke behind my name, ain't no okey doke kind of stuff. I have been living saved for 20 years now. So this story is nearly 20 years behind me. And I've been doing all the right things. I think I've matured in this walk, and I just wanted to reach other people and to be free. And so I decided to work with my son, Alex Johnson, who is producing this project. So before I came on live with you, we were actually talking about it. So I actually wrote another book. It's called The Prayer Matrix. It's called the Prophet and Intercessors, the Maximized Prophet and Intercessors Matrix. We did this prayer CD last year. I think it was last year. So it's now just coming out on August 4th. So I said, okay, that work is done. I already know that book, that CD, that prayer CD is going to be connected to a specific demographic of people who like prophetic ministry, who like prayer ministry. So, but there are other gifts and abilities in me. So I said, all right, let's go ahead and do the music. We're planning now on the August 21st. I want to give you guys this information. On August 21st, we're planning this big video production that I'm going to be inviting you guys to in a couple of days, where you guys are going to be able to see me sing as an artist, recording an EP with music that's like a mix of Tina Turner, Chaka Khan. It's wild. It ain't the lay prostrate or it ain't none of that kind of music. That's not what this is going to be. So I said to myself, you've got to be able to be free and to dress according to the music that you're doing, because it's called revolution music. That is my brand. Adrian, I love you. It's called revolution music. So revolution means removing the foundation of whatever it is. So I said, I want to start a revolution. Everybody's got a revolution going on. Revolution. So this is the proper timing, and we're in COVID. So I said, this is the great time to entertain the people. And I want to introduce people to a less stuffier Cornelius. And all you see me in is these black suits and these ties and on all of these books and stuff. So I said, okay, let's have a little fun. So I solicited Joshua Walker to design me this look that I wanted. I wanted this naval jacket, and back then they had the ties, but they had the ruffles and stuff with that stuff. The 18th century, 19th century, early 19th century look. And I said, oh, that'll be great, because that speaks to the revolution that I want to do with the music, because I wanted to make sure I break through this time, because I didn't get the opportunity to do it before, and I'm going to do it by hook or by crook. I'm not going to let anything depress me, stop me, grip me. So I got Brianna, who is Dante, is my stylist, and they decided, I sure did. That is right. I did used to kill that open mic show. I remember. Yep. And I decided to get Brianna, and I discussed it, ran the idea and the concept by separate people. So we went into the shoot. we went into the shoot. So we went into the shoot. So here is where everything took a turn. I posted the pictures. Let me go in here so that I can show y'all these pictures. I want to show you this picture right there. I want to show you. So now, I posted them because I wanted to have a little fun. And as I was having a little fun, while people were appreciating those photos and those pictures, there are some who liked them and there are some who didn't. Now, I'm not on here to talk about that aspect because I can give a bag of rocks care. When I tell you my do not care bag of I do not cares is full, I can pull out 90,000 I do not cares, whether people like what I wear or not. This isn't this type of party. This isn't any kind of response to any of the problems people may have or questions. So some of the questions or concerns were that the hat was too much. It was embellished with a brooch. It was, looking a little feminine. Let's just say what it is, effeminate. The shirt that I had on, the tie, they had a problem with that. I just feel personally that if it were on someone else, it wouldn't have been a problem. But because it was on Cornelius Williams, who is an ex-homosexual, that has disturbed the fundamental church. Here is what my problem is. I believe that God is a creative God. I believe that God embraces creativity. I really believe that God embraces people who are born to become something great. And my problem with the fundamental church, and when I say the fundamental church, the traditional church, because everybody is religious. So we can't say religious people. It's because that's not my theology. My theology is the traditions of men, traditional people. So I took upon the look because I said I'm going to have fun, and I struggle with it. Literally, my stylist was pushing me. Go ahead and do it. People, I was running it back. Okay, that's great. That'll look good. Great on you. So I did it, and I said, "Oh, this is quite risque," and I'm going to put it on. Some people think I had on a blouse. Some people, think that I had on a church mother hat. Those kinds of things. So I had a conversation with a couple of people. I talked yesterday. I'm not going to tell you the details of the conversation, but I'm on here because I want to help somebody who's like me, who's really striving to be yourself, and who is a part of the church. And I understand why there are a lot of people who don't appreciate the church because some see it as restrictive, some see it as bondage, some see it as perhaps something that, restricts and confines. It's really not. That has nothing to do with the Church of Jesus Christ. It's just people. People and their ideas, people and their social psychological makeups, grow ups, whatever, their opinions or whatever have you. So the reason I'm on here, because the Bible says, being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. When we talk about the word confident, it means be confident in lacking nothing on God's part. So it took me a lot of time to become confident to do certain things that I'm doing and to believe in myself. And it took me some time to get to this place where I can be this person
that's a voice for people like me on these various platforms. Because the church is the only place where our liberation should be celebrated. But it seems like our liberation is questioned, scrutinized. So I decided last night, I decided this morning, I prayed about it, I meditated about it, I had a quiet morning, I didn't answer any phone calls. I really didn't do any responding to anything. Is because I wanted to come on here and I wanted this to be pure and to help people understand that you need a person like me who has the thick skin to be able to take criticism, to bust some doors open on larger platforms for people like me and you. There are a lot of people who are creative. There are a lot of people who want to explore different things, but don't have the courage. And sometimes the opinion of people can shatter your courage, and you'll be stuck like me 20 years later, still trying to produce a record CD. It's because the direction that you're going in may be different from the norm. I want to speak to everybody who's watching me. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be different. Y'all need to send some hearts right there. Don't be afraid to be who God has made you to become. You have to be confident that the work that God has started in you, He's going to perform it until He returns for you. You cannot let people stop you from becoming who you are born to become. There are gifts and talents. My whole ministry, my entire ministry is predicated on pushing people to their destiny. That is our mission statement for our church. My whole ministry is surrounded around pushing creatives. My whole ministry, my whole ministry is centered around making sure that people can make it to the finish line. But here is what I'm on here to say. Because I am a pioneer, and because I am a person that is busting doors open for people on larger platforms, unfortunately, I have to show some restraint in many areas. I just do. It's because I have to realize that when you're trying to make way for somebody else, you have to not have the doors closed in your face before you get there. And the look that I had, I like it. It's a Cornelius thing. I felt comfortable, more comfortable in that than I did in a suit and a tie, because I don't feel comfortable. Whenever you see me in a suit and tie, they be sharp now. I clean up good, but I'm most miserable because I don't feel like it's me. I'm a scarf person, flip-flop person, cardigan person. That's just me. I could throw on a ball cap, go to a coffee house, sit back and chill. And that's just me. I'm an artist. I'm artsy. I'm creative. I'm a prophet. Prophets are creative. It's just who I am. I'm confident of me. I'm not letting anybody shake me. So this isn't a response to opinion. This is a conversation about being authentically true to you. But when you are a pioneer, you got to make sure that as you press through, that you have to remember that you're pressing through for more than just yourself. That there are people that you're really trying to get this door open for others who are like you. And there are people who have been rejected, turned down, not given opportunity in the church because they're simply different. So this is what I decided to do. And I wanted to come on here and say this because you all know me to be a transparent preacher and a transparent minister, transparent prophet, a transparent person. When I come on here, I'd like to be transparent. And I don't want you all to think that I'm a fraud on my platform, because I'm simply not a fraud. But I have to think of the bigger spectrum. I'm going to keep my pictures, but I'm going to remove, which I already have, the pictures with me in the hat, because I realized the picture with me in the hat was bringing offense to a lot of people. Is it right? Is it wrong? Who knows? I don't care, but I want to be mature enough to know that it's bigger than myself. And I've been fighting for people a long time silently, and I decided to use this moment to keep fighting for people like me way louder than I have before. There are a lot of people dealing with homosexuality, lesbianism. There are people dealing with rape, abuse, marital breakups, great embarrassment, horrible black backgrounds, horrible socio-psychological environments that they've come through, that don't have opportunity like me, that is not connected to people like me, that don't have influence like me, aren't as liberal as I am, not as liberated as I am. But I want to seize this opportunity to start a new journey. And that journey is to be a voice for people in large places. And I got to do what I got to do, with tears forming up in my eyes, to get to that place, so that I can provide platform for people who are creative and people who are like me, that can walk in their freedom and not ever have to have it weighed in the balance because of their past and their history. So unfortunate that this happens in the body of Christ. It's so unfortunate that the place that is supposed to be liberating is still restricting. We're talking about Black Lives Matter, and we're talking about, arrest the cops who abuse this, person who murders this person, and then we get over here and then we were restricted because we want to express our creativity. I'm not going to allow it to happen to you. So I'll take the heat. But for all of you who want to express who you are, feel free to connect with me. Feel free to come to my church. Feel free to come to my Bible studies. Feel free to come to my platforms. Whatever I have, whatever I do. If you feel that you have a gift and an ability and you express it, as long as it does not do something to put your salvation at jeopardy, then we can embrace it. Because a lot of the stuff and gripes people have problems about aren't even hell issues. And I'm just gonna say it because a lot of people don't want to tell the truth. But a lot of these gripes and stuff people are talking about, they're not hell issues. Now, if I was off in hotels, sucking and licking, smoking and dipping, running up in every woman, sleeping with every man, and then I popped a head on my head with a brooch on the side, that could be a different conversation. And some of the people that have problems with it are preachers who didn't even invite me to their platforms in a suit. So do you think I care? No, I don't. But because of destiny, and because I have to get somewhere bigger than myself for the sake of other people, I will take the hit. I will humble myself and bring myself real low. And I won't use the picture with the hat. So I've removed from all of my social media platforms from me and the hat. It's in the car. I wish I would have brought the hat in because I would have put it on right now. So y'all can see me one more time with the hat. I don't care nothing about the hat. I thought the hat was fun. I looked rather good in the one with the glasses and the hat. When that girl put that hat on my head, thank you, my son Ricky. But when I put that thing on my head And I set that head up there. I said, heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's what I was thinking. I said, let's have a little fun tonight. But the saints, the church folk, oh, this ain't holiness. Oh, this ain't, oh, God. He got on a blouse. He got on what is he doing? What is the preacher doing? No more than what some of y'all doing behind the scenes. Y'all don't want me to be real. So I'm being as real as I can be. That I am starting a movement for all of the people who want to be creative, who has ideas, who has creative abilities, who's just different, who might want to wear their hair all over their heads, but still love Jesus. It's more people out here looking weird who are saved for real than all of these people in these refined suits and ties and St. John knits. I just had a whole mouthful, so I'll pull back a bit because I'm humble enough to do it. Because I know that it's just bigger than me. It's about people that I'm connected to. It's about where I'm going. It's about people that I love, that I'm going to meet in the future, that needs a place to come and be free, that need opportunity to preach, that they necessarily cannot get an opportunity on some of these other platforms. I believe that is what I'm building. That is why I have this show. That is why I have the Gospel Living Show. That is why I'm building a television station, a network where people can come. That is why I'm making these moves and writing these books. So if I have to take off a hat to get there for somebody else to have an opportunity, I'm going to take off a hat. But just know that Cornelius Williams will always find a way to be free somehow. He will always find a way to give expression to who he really is. I had to cut off my dreadlocks because did nobody want to see no preaching dreadlock wearing? Now everybody got dreadlocks. I don't understand. We have to remember, people of God, and I'm just about done, that we can't be so encapsulated about the church that we're not doing something to attract people that are not in the church. And I'm speaking this to everybody who's watching me and who will watch it. I know people are going to have something to say, but again, I do not care. My level of care about what you think about what I do, I'm looking for, and I care and can't find one. The level of confidence that I have in my life right now, fat and all, you may still think I'm effeminate, gay. I'll never be the hardest man in the shed. Never will be. I'm not a thug. I'm not the yo dog. What's up? That's not even my personality. I'd look ridiculous. You've got to learn to see people for who they really are. Don't make assumptions. That's dangerous, especially in a place that's supposed to be the church. It's about souls. It's about reaching people. It's about bridging the gap from world to church. Who can go and get those people? Do you think Kirk Franklin would be the Kirk Franklin he is, appeasing church people? And I don't think I'm giving anybody any explanation. That's not what this is. This is an appeal to creative people to say, don't stop being you. But to people like me that are ascending to different places, that unfortunately, the nature of the beast is, as radical as I am, I still have to show some level of restraint. And I owe it to my audience And this group of people who follow me, whether small or great, I have to show them that I can do whatever I need to do to bust some doors open for people who are coming behind me in the next generation. That is what this is about, not appeasing the opinion of people. Because I'll throw a scarf around my neck just to frustrate you. That's me. You know, I could be a little petty sometimes. I could be real petty, very petty, but I'm not. I'm a holy man of God. And I have to understand that this is the Lord's church. And fortunately, now this is not unfortunate. Fortunately, this is the way of the crucified. Fortunately, this is the way of the crucified. You have to lay your life down for the greater good. And I hope that this helps somebody. It's because I could easily say, I ain't taking nothing down. I ain't doing that. I don't care what nobody think. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that, beloved. You got to use wisdom. And these are things that I'm learning as I'm going. It's the more exposure, the more exposed you are to criticism. And for what God is trying to do in my life, I have to get a lot of people to different places. And I cannot have the door shut before I get there. So I wanted to come out and say that is because I felt that I wanted to say this. This right here, this book, this right here, for all of y'all who still wondering, it's history. Now that I will speak to. How dare you people throw rocks and hide your hand? How dare you? How dare you insult people who are just really trying to strive and be who God has called them to become? There are so many people like me who don't have my courage. I just happen to be the one called to have the courage. Don't throw rocks and hide your hand. Don't text and call and say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Call me, inbox me. So now, since you want a more conservative avenue, buy my book August 4th. Buy the Prophets, the Maximized Prophet and Intercessors Matrix for $16.99, and buy the Prayer CD for $9.99. I want all of y'all to buy that because that's very conservative, but it's anointed. And underneath all of the regalia that I had on the other day, I'm highly anointed and will cast the devil out. Many people have come in contact with our ministry. They know that I'm anointed. I want you all to be okay. I'm okay. I'm not taking the back road, the low road, whatever road. I'm taking the reasonable road because I understand that what I am called to do is bigger than myself. And what I must do is to trailblaze for people like me in this church. Because I could easily go out in the world and have thousands of people tomorrow supporting me with something. But I'm called to the church. So every generation, and I want to leave you with this, every generation, there will be raised up people that are going to have to fight for some corner of the kingdom to break through for the next generation. And I am called to break through for the next generation for somebody like me. I'm called for this. I'm called to this. People can say, you don't know the feeling about a person like me who have to walk in a room and people have read my book and sometimes you can feel the murmuring walking in a room. That is why I sit in back seats and don't go to pulpits and all of that stuff unless it's my time, because, you know, I don't have to explain nothing to you. All unrighteousness is sin, whether you sucking this, licking that, drinking this, smoking that. thinking it, saying it, whatever. All unrighteousness is sin. We're all in the same, but people don't realize that vices and proclivities is operated by the same spirit. Whatever brand you choose. Homosexuality is a brand. Fornication is a brand. Heterosexual sex out of wedlock is a brand. It's all perversion. So whatever you choose to do, just think about what you're saying about the next person before you get started. You want to have Bible dialogue about these things with me? We can. It's unfortunate feat, but it's a reality, and this is the time we live in. To think that we are having this discussion about a hat and something that is totally attached to a music project is beyond me. But because I'm a leader in the Lord's church, I feel it necessary to come on here and express the why. To express the why, because I have people who follow me and I'm in other circles of influence. So we have to be careful. I am a dignified person. I have to be dignified. I always have to be the professional. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast for what I'm doing and where I'm going. But I came to encourage y'all as I'm drinking my lunch to simply be free. Be free to be you. Be respectable. I love you all. I changed the hat picture. The hat picture is gone. And yeah, the hat picture is gone. No more hat picture. I love y'all. Thank you. Send me some hearts and likes, y'all. I'm blazing the trail for people like y'all, for people like me. I just decided I'm always gonna be different.
Been safe for a few years now.
If you want to join my church and you want to be free, come. I'm going to work with you until you get it right. The Glory House Chicago. All of it. I'm calling everybody. My prayer was, Lord, give me everybody the church don't want. Y'all don't believe me, but it's true. I'm for you. My saints know that. I love y'all. Thank you, Christian Delton. I need your report. National President Mother. I love y'all.
It's enough to know you there.
I want to cry so bad, but I refuse to cry. These tears are for people who trying to just get somewhere honest and just need somebody to push them. I'm that man. I love y'all. Be blessed.
I still don't understand.